The Valuart Podcast.
Welcome to the Valuart Podcast. Welcome back. This is episode 2. We're excited to be here. Last week, the first episode was a little clunky, and that's okay. We were having fun with it. We're freestyling. I personally enjoyed it. Izzy, how did you feel about it?
I felt good too. I mean, we were clunky but smooth. So
Yeah, and we have made some adjustments. If you're watching this, you can see I'm wearing headphones now. Izzy's also got headphones in. We tried to adjust our eye lines. We're trying to be professional. Hopefully, the audio quality is good. We have a lot of news, for Valuart, and a lot of news in the crypto, NFT, art space. I've been doing a ton of reading, especially reading related to upcoming guests, which I'm very excited to tell you guys about, but not yet. You have to wait. We're still figuring out the format. We do have someone joining us. I'll mention a little bit more about that in a moment. First thing I wanted to talk about is Izzy is doing our newsletter. And the newsletter is, for me, so educational. And I was hoping that we could just talk a little bit about what's in the newsletter this week. And let's just start the conversation there. So, Izzy?
So last week I started with the first edition of my newsletter. I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis every Wednesday. If you guys missed out on last week's newsletter, what you can do is go on our website and subscribe. So what my intention is in this newsletter is to really dive into the depth of, the biggest news during the week in the crypto space, NFT space, but also I've decided, starting from this week's edition, to start suggesting books because Eddie knows I love reading. I'm just like a bookworm. Always been, always am going to be. So hope you guys like my book suggestions.
I have already a short list from you that I'm looking forward to getting into. I think there's so much to read, and the space moves so fast that you have. I don't know how you can decide what gets into the newsletter. Like it feels like every hour there's something new.
I know, right?
to include in there.
I guess my biggest inspiration for the newsletter is Twitter, just because Twitter kind of resonates like everything that's going on right in the crypto world better than any other place, as well as Reddit. Those are like my two main sources. There's also some really cool websites too that really go into depth, like Cointelegraph. I personally like for crypto news.
What's buzzing this week on Twitter? What can you share with us? What's in the newsletter? What's the biggest story?
So definitely Bondly, the hack of Bondly. That's
Right.
been the biggest news this week. I've been personally impacted by it, but I'm staying strong. So,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
exactly, trying to stay positive. So what happened is that the hacker was able to get into this mint bug and replicate out of thin air a huge amount of Bondly tokens. Oh, and this happened on the 14th of July.
So
what
just
he
about
did
a week ago.
just about a week ago. What he did on the 15th was cash out everything for the value of a little bit over 5 million.
Holy shit.
It was really bad. Everybody on Twitter has been talking about this all day, every day. The Telegram channel is exploding. The CEO, he communicated via Twitter, but a little bit late. So this already got the community kind of angry. He stepped down shortly after, and Harry Liu, the co-founder, stepped up as CEO. So there are some theories that say that it was a rug pull. I really love the Bondly project, so I really don't want to believe that there was a rug pull.
Just for the uninformed, and explain to me what you mean by a rug pull. Like, what does that entail?
So rug pull is a malicious maneuver in the cryptocurrency industry where crypto developers abandon a project and run away with the investors' funds.
Oh,
yeah.
You're just like getting hype, getting people involved, and then they're like, all right, well, we made enough and we're out. Peace.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're still kind of waiting on what's the next steps, but what some rumors are saying is that they're going to be replicating a new token. So that's going to take a while to recreate, but it happens to some also very strong projects. Ethereum, right? In its first years, they've been through a lot. They had like a huge hack. So they had to recode. They even had another attack called Shanghai attack. So it's been intense. There's a technical term like that I think is going to be used right now in Bondly. is that when they have to recode, so in this case, create another chain, another blockchain, it's called the fork.
Right.
So what happened in the Ethereum case, there was like a division. There's like the people, okay, you know, there has been this problem. It's okay to recreate a code. Instead, there's like
Right.
the really like
The
really
OG, the loyal OGs. Yeah.
exactly. Then you have like the really loyal thing people that no, we don't accept like you to recode even if there's a problem. This is the chain. It's gonna like state this is the code. It has to be this way, right?
Right.
Um, so there was definitely a split there too.
To what extent does the hack affect an investor? Like, other than the market responding and being like, get out, is there anything that you own, or like, is your wallet at risk, or is like anything that you have at risk?
I guess it's more like the value at this point because in
Okay.
this particular case, what happened is, he created millions of tokens like out of thin air.
So it's like inflation in a way.
Exactly.
Do you have access to your account and everything, or is everything frozen?
I still have access. The thing is that now what they suggest in the Telegram channel is to not invest because the token is worthless now. So what they are going to do is replicate another token so that you can kind of like transfer to that.
Oh, this is a mess. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's big. That's one piece of big news that happened this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets sorted out, and hopefully you're not too heavily affected by it. Sounds like you already have been, and I'm sorry about that. That sucks.
I have, but yeah, I've got other investments, so.
Okay. Okay.
So next news that happened with Eternity Chain, they officially, the South American Football Federation announced that they would officially have this partnership with Eternity to mint the Copa America trophy. And along with that, they would also mint 4 collectible NFTs.
Cool. This sort of overlaps with Valuart and what we're doing with our platform, and I think that's probably a good segue to more big news. This week is our first drop. This week is the Banksy drop. It's Thursday, the 22nd. We're really excited about it, and I have no idea what to expect. Like I said last week.
It's my first like live drop like auction. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that we have some pretty exciting investors looking at the piece already, and there's been, some whispers of
Hmm.
people taking part in the auction. So I hope that's the case, and I hope we're surprised by the response, honestly. But who knows? We'll see. Don't forget to tune in.
And Eddie, are you gonna be auctioning? Like, are you gonna be?
I'm not gonna be bidding on the piece. I feel like that's a little bit of a conflict of interest, but I also don't have what I imagine is an appropriate bid for something like this. So I'm just gonna watch this one, and
Well, I mean, we can
hopefully
start in the beginning when,
we could. I could just say that I
like,
took part in it. Are you gonna bid?
exactly. Well, if I was thinking, I was first gonna ask you if you're gonna bid, I'm gonna bid. I'll be like,
So okay, so this is already a competition. We're on episode 2, and you're already competing with me. All right,
yeah, I
great.
am. As a matter of fact, I am.
Fantastic. But who knows? Maybe I'll get excited and swept up in the moment and
Yeah.
I'll decide to. I just set up my MetaMask account last week. I didn't have one. I had like a Coinbase wallet and some other things, and I'd never even used MetaMask, but it's pretty cool. Like as a browser, it's great, and like for
It's
security
awesome.
purposes, it's really great. So I'm exploring things I can do with it. Do you want to know why I set it up? I think you'll
Why?
appreciate this because I'm gonna invest in virtual real estate. I don't know where or what yet, but I was looking at Decentraland and the Sandbox,
Hmm.
and I don't understand anything that's going on there or what like any of it entails. Like, what does it mean for me in the future? What can I do with it? I've never played Roblox. I've never played Minecraft. I don't know like what culture there is around this stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting into it, and I was hoping that there will be a chance for you and I for you to educate me because
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, were you having FOMO?
A little bit. Weirdly enough, I was like, I didn't expect it. I went to the
Mhm.
Decentraland website and I saw all the. I'm just really prone to, I think, flashy colors and I don't know. Yeah, FOMO.
Yeah. I mean, I checked out Decentral. Well, I'm part of the metaverse daily. Um, so on a daily basis, I'm truly in love with it. I checked out personally Decentraland just a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It was just a normal Sunday afternoon. I was with my boyfriend. We were like, let's check it out because we didn't know about it either. So actually, you know what, Eddie? We can meet in Decentraland. Like you can download it already, enter. We can meet there because when we were checking it out months ago, what happened is that we entered the world. We met this random Mexican guy, and he was like, "Hey, you want to buy some land?" And we are like, "Can you explain like what's going on here?" And he was just
What?
like, "Yeah, I bought this piece of land a few years ago for $1,000. Now I'm sending it for 50K." I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
"Oh, what?"
Wow. So you can just roam around without any of your own real estate. You just need like
Yeah,
just like anything else. You can just like go and is it
absolutely.
server based? Do people host things? Like do you
Yeah, like so you walk around and you can meet people. I stayed in just for an hour, so I would actually have to like dive in again and get to know a little bit more. But you just walk in and then you already see some buildings that people own.
do they build them? Do you have to be like a developer to make this stuff or do you buy these assets? Like what is this just like real life but just digital?
It is. It is.
Oh, this is so bizarre.
So if you go on the website, you can actually like see the marketplace. You can actually buy also clothing for your avatar. Um, there's way they really monetize.
Okay, I want to do this. Maybe we can like live stream that. That would be cool. With like me and you. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any security risk in that, but you taking me
Yeah.
through my first steps into the metaverse.
Yes,
I think that would be really
absolutely.
exciting.
I love you.
Speaking of, so this is another good thing to bring up is we've got someone joining us and on our team for the podcast. Mark, aka Apocalypse Daddy, who I've been reading his blog pretty thoroughly over the last week or so, and I am so excited to connect with him and to collaborate with him. His boundless curiosity I really identify with, so I'm looking forward to exploring these things together. He's going to be helping us producing in the background, and I hope we'll have him on for an episode 2 to talk about this because he has a great article about Internet 3.0 and the metaverse, and I just want to hear you guys discuss it, especially because you have like already some experience in it, and he has done quite a bit of reading and research into it, and I'm just this sort of naive, lost, physical human being. So I would love to make that a thing.
Absolutely.
Like we could talk about maybe you guys can help me invest in my first piece of digital real estate because I live in Rotterdam and Rotterdam is so far beyond my capabilities of buying real estate at this point. I'm like I might as well get started on the next frontier, and that's that's something digital.
I think it's a great opportunity. Like brands now, they're everybody's kind of having FOMO because the next big thing is spatial web. Like, you don't want to miss out, just like many missed out on the beginning of Web 2.0. They're like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss out this time on Web 3.0. So the spatial web is going to be a huge thing. As a matter of fact, in my newsletter, I also do suggest a book. It's called The Spatial Web by Gabriel René and Dan Mapes. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Sorry. And it's an incredible book that really dives deep into this.
Cool.
So it connects all the technologies, both the ones that are like stable at the moment, but like moreover the ones that are um, coming into our like our daily routine, such as blockchain, 5G that everybody's talking about now. And he just describes it in such an amazing way. He goes like he gives you a historical background, some insight, so also some personal opinions, and just gives you some really good examples of the technology. And what's nice is you can see all of the technology merging together, right? At
Wow.
a
Yeah.
certain point.
That's
It
like that's so scary. Like Internet of Things and these virtual worlds
Yeah,
mixing with our world is
exactly.
exciting, but also at the same time unnerving. Because I where does the boundary lie then? Like where does real life begin and like virtual life
That's the whole
begin?
point. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the whole point.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? No,
No.
Eddie, you are ready. Come on.
I'm not ready.
No, that's the point. It's kind of like you won't be able to identify what's physical and what's not.
last Friday I was doing some directing for a brand called JetBrains, which they build software for engineers, for software engineers, and they also have a language that is backed by Google for developing Android apps. They also have a tech lab in Amsterdam, which is so freaking futuristic. Like you walk in there and it's just screens everywhere. They have like a drone fighting arena, and they have this
Oh my
stage where
God.
robots perform. They have a
Hmm.
thespian robot that dances this Fred Astaire thing. It's really cool. But so they hired through my collective. They hired me to direct a video, two videos on Friday with the Boston
Hmm.
Dynamics dog Spot. Do you know Spot? Have you seen videos of Spot?
I haven't actually, so that's something that I have to add to.
Spot is this really bizarre, like, really crazy. You've probably seen the dancing videos. There's these dancing videos of this yellow robot
I'm
dog.
gonna check it out right now.
It is uncanny. It's 100 kilograms. It's very agile. It moves very fluid, like almost like a real dog, but it's clearly not. It's very much a robot. It's just the way that it moves. It feels like CGI in real life. It's like looking at augmented reality without any
Yeah.
lenses or any glasses or any screens. And I got used to it pretty quickly, which was also sort of what scared me. But when we took it to Vondel Park in Amsterdam, which is like I think the biggest park in the city, or at least in
Hmm.
the center, the reactions were priceless. Like there were people that were like, "Oh, it's that robot." It's
Oh
like,
my God.
do you know how many times I heard the words Black Mirror when we were there? And people genuinely terrified of it. Like one girl screamed and she was
Oh
like,
my
"I
God.
can't look at it. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight." And I was like, "Yeah, I feel that. I feel that." But
Yeah.
yeah, so this is the thing that scares me is like these pieces of machinery, these like very
Hmm.
capable, powerful pieces of machinery becoming connected to this network of things, to this internet of things, and eventually, I don't know. We were carrying it at one point because we wanted to save battery so we could have it last throughout the whole day for both videos. So we were carrying it between locations. So it took four people to carry it between locations. And this one guy who was doing the canal tours, the boat tours, he
Hmm.
was watching us walk by carrying this dog, and he goes, "This is how it starts. This is how the uprising starts. Like who's really a slave to who in this image?" And I was like, "Yo, this really looks bad. We're carrying this dog. We're doing all the work for it."
There's another very good book called The Price of Tomorrow. You should read that one too. I'm gonna
I'll
write
put
that
it.
one in the next
Yeah.
newsletter. That one does go more into artificial intelligence, robots, and what's going to become of us, right? So our jobs, are they going to steal our jobs or not? And there too, it says it's all we're going to have different jobs too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
At a certain point, that's a fact. We're gonna be completely changing. So of course they will take over some jobs. It's just a normal process. Just like now, how many jobs like are we not doing that we used to?
Yeah, I think a lot of things are being automated. Things that you
Hmm.
may like 50 years ago have never expected to be automated. Yeah. I have this weird. So I've been consciously aware of how I communicate about these kinds of things, like about artificial intelligence and about like machine learning things and about like about Spot. I've been
Hmm.
consciously aware about how I communicate in the things that I publish because I have this fear one day of these things becoming sentient and reading my history on the internet and being like trying to cancel me for like being xenophobic or for being like you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't I want to be sensitive to their one day robots will cry. I don't want to be the
it's
reason
true.
why.
Maybe like one of your best friends is gonna become a robot.
Right,
What
right.
do you
And I don't
know?
want to have said
Maybe
some
you're gonna.
ignorant shit. Like I'm like 50 years old and I'm just like an ignorant, nasty old man and robots don't
Exactly.
like me. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't want to be that
gosh.
guy. I don't want to be that guy. So that's it for episode 2 of the Valuart Podcast. Thank you for joining us again this week. We hope that these insights and these stories and learning together is valuable to you guys. And as I mentioned last week, if there's anything that you want to offer to us, feedback, criticism, uh, love, hate, whatever it is, feel free to share it.
Speaking of reaching out to us, we're actually working on our Reddit channel as well as Telegram. So I'll be communicating that shortly on our next newsletter as soon as it is released. So I'll keep you updated. on top of that, we also wanted to let you know that on the 22nd, we're also going to be opening our physical gallery in Paradiso, Lugano. So you absolutely have to be there.
So a real life gallery for digital artworks to be on display.
That's
And
right.
it's a thing. Are you going to be able to go at some point? I think I'm hoping to get out there.
I will. Unfortunately, now not for travel, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping at the beginning of August. So that's
Cool.
going to be cool.
All right, so that's it for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for joining us again, and we look forward to next week. So enjoy the
See you
weekend,
next
and we'll
week.
see you all again soon. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.